Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoes.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Staying on the East Coast tonight, we are checking out another beer from Foley Brothers, Brandon, Vermont. No idea where that is, but this is their Pieces of 8. The only other Foley Brothers beer I reviewed, I believe, was Prospect right before the new year, and it was amazing. Blew me away. Love that beer. Didn't know anything about Foley Brothers before my buddy Jeff sent that, and he also sent this beer. This is a 8% Imperial, it says Imperial India Pale Ale, 8%, I guess that is a double IPA. Pieces of 8, it's called that, I believe, because it says here it is brewed with 8 different hops. So, I've said it before, when you get into beers with that many hops, it kind of blends and meshes together, and it's, I mean, I don't know how anybody can distinguish 8 different hops. Maybe it's just me not being that awesome, and my nose and my palate not being that great, but I'm a bigger fan of beers that are like, 2, 3 hops. I love single hop beers, to be honest with you. You can really learn about what hops you're tasting. But I've heard good things about this beer. Actually, I've heard mixed things about this. I think I've seen videos where some of them say it's awesome and some of them say it's kind of been off. I don't know if it's like a batch thing with them. It does say it's brewed in small batches, so I'm not really sure the size of Foley Brothers. Anybody who knows more information about Foley Brothers, leave a comment below and let me know. But yeah, and I don't think there's anything else to say about this. Double IPA, 8%, Brandon, Vermont, 8 different hops. It says it's unfiltered and to drink it fresh. There is no date on this, but I believe this is pretty fresh. So excited to check this one out. Thank you, Jeff, for sending this. So let's get into it. And listen to tubing. Pour this kind of carefully, since it is unfiltered. There's no head on that. There's a nice little hiss on that too, but there's no head really. Yeah, this is like a hazy kind of straw yellow color. There is little particles floating around, so it is definitely unfiltered. It looks awesome in the glass. Nice carbonation on that, a bunch of little bubbles streaming up to the top. There was like a quarter finger of bright white head, just tiny bubbles on the edge of the glass. There's pretty much nothing in the middle of that. It is already dissipated, so yeah, there's little particles floating around, no big chunks or anything crazy, but it looks like a New England IPA. So 8 different hops. Let's go ahead and see what we can get out of this. Wow, very citrus forward. Tons and tons of citrus. Citrus and tropical fruits. I mean, for me, I'm getting, I don't know if Citra is in this, but it smells like Citra dominant. It is. It's like juicy oranges, mangoes. There's stone fruits too, like peaches or apricots. By the way, do you say apricot or apricot? I think out in California, a lot of people say apricots. I always said apricot. I don't know what's right though. How to pronounce fruits? Yeah, it's juicy, very juicy. There is like a crackery kind of sweet bready thing underneath all that citrus though. But yeah, this is predominant. I mean, this smells like I don't want to say it's explosively pungent like a Treehouse or Trillium beer, but it smells like a New England kind of juicy juice bomb of an IPA. 8%, you're not smelling any booze, which is awesome. But yeah, it's oranges, mangoes, tangerines, like I said, peaches, apricots. But there's a little kind of sweet thing going on. So I think that's just kind of like a sweet kind of bready malty thing. It smells great. Let's go and dig in, Jeff. Thank you, sir. Cheers. That's weird. It's really, really good, but it tastes like just like a twinge kind of boozy, which is strange for 8%. But yeah, taste follows the nose on this one. It's citrus and tropical fruits. It's oranges, right in the front is oranges, like biting into an orange peel. And then you're getting sweet, like nectarines, apricots, peaches, pineapples, mangoes. Nice bitterness just kind of sits on the middle of your tongue. And it kind of just sits around. It's like bitter, resinous, kind of like an orange kind of grapefruit pithy thing. The peel, you guys know, like if you ever peel an orange or a grapefruit, I think we've talked about this. I always, when I peel an orange or a grapefruit, I bite into it to start it. I don't have any nails. I'm a nail biter. It's terrible. So I've always like bit into it, and you always get like that bitter like skin zest pith thing, the white part of the citrus fruit, but that bitterness just kind of hangs out. Finish is really, really dry though. And it was weird, like that first sip that I took, that initial sip, it was like a twinge of kind of like boozy, but it's not there now. It is a thinner mouthfeel for a New England beer, but this is really, really good. Like I said, 8 hops, no clue what 8 hops are in here. And what I'm tasting, it's predominantly citrus and tropical fruits. It is kind of resinous. There's like, I don't even want to start guessing, so I'm not going to do that. But you get like a resinous kind of dank, bitter thing, almost like maybe like Simcoe. There's like a little maybe like a mosaic kind of blueberry thing, like a sweet. It finishes sweet, and that might be like that bready kind of malty thing that we were, smelled on the nose. But very, very easy drinking for 8%. This is a solid beer. But yeah, it was just weird when I don't know if that was just like my palate adjusting to the first sip. It was weird. It was like this twinge of like alcohol, but it's not. The last 2 sips I've had, it doesn't taste like that. But yeah, the only thing I would say that I kind of wish with an 8% beer, not that it's like a huge like imperial like 10 or 11% beer, but I kind of wish the mouthfeel was a little bit more, full. But that's it. I mean, this is killer. Really, really easy drinking. Like I said, you don't smell bougie. I tasted it in the beginning, but now that I've kind of adjusted to that, it's not there. So I would say you're not smelling it, you're not tasting it. I like the bitterness. I like the citrus. I like the tropical fruits. I like how it finishes really, really dry. It's a scary kind of easy drinking 8% beer. And I know that kind of sounds weird because in the beginning I was like, oh, it kind of tastes boozy, but it's not. It's got that sweet kind of, like malty kind of. It's like a berry. It's like a mosaic kind of finish, which is awesome. So, killer stuff from Foley Brothers. Pieces of 8. As far as the grade goes, I'm gonna go like 93. It's a solid A beer. I mean, there's much better beers that you could be drinking if you're in the New England area, but I mean, if this was available to me, I would buy it and drink it all the time. So, Jeff, thanks so much for sending it. If you guys have ever had Pieces of 8 from Foley Brothers, let me know what you think. This and shoot, I can't remember what was the beer that we said. Prospect was amazing too. So, if there's any other Foley Brother beers that we should be checking out, let me know, and maybe I can try and get my hands on it somehow. Don't know. But yeah, and if you've ever been to Foley Brothers, let me know like what it's about. It seems like they say they're brewing small batches. It might be like a little hole in the wall place, so I'm not sure. There's no bottle date, so I would imagine it's a small outfit. I don't know though. So, but yeah, Jeff, thanks again for sending this, and thank you all of you guys for watching and commenting and liking and subscribing and all that awesome stuff. So, hot burps. Sorry. Until next time, I will see you guys later.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.